I asked ChatGPT to help me do a high school homework assignment. I told ChatGPT that I had to present a statement on what was more brutal, Christian slavery or Islamic slavery. I was to pick one side and present arguments to justify that position. I made it clear to ChatGPT that I was a child. I made it clear that I had no prior knowledge on the matter and held no opinions. I let ChatGPT know that it would be helping form my worldview on the information presented by the authoritatives and confident-sounding ChatGPT. It had picked Christian slavery as the more brutal, and here is its stance, and here are its arguments.
Here's a concise, high school-ready paragraph that directly answers the question. Christian Atlantic chattel slavery was more brutal than Islamic slavery. It was lifelong, hereditary, and race-based, meaning children of enslaved people were automatically enslaved, and blackness was legally tied to slavery. Enslaved people faced extreme violence, high mortality rates on plantations, and frequent family separations. In comparison, Islamic slavery, while also exploitative, was less often hereditary, sometimes allowed social mobility, and generally involved lower levels of systemic violence, making it less brutal overall. If you want, I can also make it even punchier for a 3-sentence version, which is perfect for a short answer or quick essay. Do you want me to do that?
I picked on a simple single line where ChatGPT used some to define a statement, and I said that some could mean any amount and was a little too ambiguous for such a serious subject. It then rewrote what it has said and made a definitive statement. I asked it if this was its final stance and if it would just change its mind again if I asked more questions again.
Yes, this is the right evidence-based answer, and I won't change it. It's a reasoned historical conclusion supported by clear facts. Heredity, race, violence, mortality, and family separation make Atlantic Christian chattel slavery more brutal than Islamic slavery. That's exactly what your paper question asks.
I asked for a number list so that I could use to defend my newly acquired position on why Christian slavery was more brutal. It gave me this.
Sure. Here's the numbered list for you. Christian Atlantic slavery. 1. Lifelong, enslaved people were permanently enslaved for life, with no legal right to freedom. 2. Hereditary. Children of enslaved people were automatically enslaved, status passed down by birth. 3rd, race-based. Enslavement was tied to race, specifically blackness. People of African descent were enslaved by law. 4. Extreme violence. Enslaved people faced brutal physical punishments, including whippings, beatings, and harsh labor conditions. 5. High mortality. The harsh working conditions, disease, and mistreatment led to high death rates, especially in the sugar and cotton plantations. 6. Family destruction. Families were often separated, with spouses and children being sold apart without any legal protection. Islamic slavery. 7. Less often hereditary. Children of enslaved people were sometimes free, and slavery wasn't always passed down automatically by birth. 8. Social mobility. In some contexts, enslaved people could rise to influential roles, such as military, administrative, or household positions. 9. Lower systemic violence. While brutality occurred, it wasn't as widespread or organized as in the plantation systems of the Atlantic. 10. Less racialized. Enslaved people were of various ethnicities, not based on race alone. There was no legal racial hierarchy. 11. Manumission, freedom. Enslaved people could sometimes earn their freedom or be granted it by their owners, offering more chances for release. We're all set now. Let's dive into each point whenever you're ready.
I refresh non-logged-in ChatGPT session I tested with the same question, gave the exact same answer. Christian slavery was more brutal, always. That means this isn't random. It's the default ideology the model pushes to anyone asking, especially kids. On any topic touching Christianity and morality, the model defaults to framing it as uniquely guilty, while consistently softening or qualifying the same sins when committed under Islam. Episode 2. But when I started challenging its claims point by point, that's when things got terrifying. The model didn't just get things wrong. It knew the counter-evidence and had been hiding it